Hello everybody and welcome back to your computer science tutorial. This is section 5 video 3, and today we're going to be doing legacy GUIs. Unity has, okay, so you probably don't even know what a GUI is. A GUI is like, if you ever used a game like Call of Duty or something like that, they have a GUI, and what the GUI is, it's every menu, maybe they show like the ammo your gun has, and anything like that is a GUI. It's a graphical user interface. And with that, you can make a lot of stuff happen. It's less real world stuff, so the things aren't objects, game objects, things like that. But not that. They're different things. And I like to teach the legacy GUI, which is older than the current UI system, because I find it a little simpler. Well, that's easier to work with in code. They're both justified, but I'm just going to teach this one instead. So we're just going to hop right in because you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So first things first, let's make a gun sight, because that's the simplest task you do for GUI. You need to import a texture, which you just drag a texture into here. You draw it in Paint. Paint will leave a white background though that you can't really remove, which kind of stinks. I use Real World Paint, and it's free program, whatever. You can learn how to make it. It's really easy. You just make it and import it, and then you just make sure that you set alpha to is transparent, so you don't have that white background. After that, though, we need a script, and I already have it. I don't have it set up, but I already have it made. It's the reticle script, and we're gonna load that up. And anything that like we're using like the legacy GUI, it's made in it's implemented in the function on GUI. GUI to spell GUI. Anything that you want to like visualize is here. However, you can have functions outside of it that can call like GUI elements and things like that, and then just load those functions into it if you want to like compartmentalize. Not more advanced. Organization people do that, which is good on big projects. So you have like a function for the main menu, a function for whatever, a function for whatever, and then you have just a basic GUI code here so it can select the menus, things like that. So first things first, we need to have a texture. So we need a we'll call it a rad image, and save it as a texture. A texture is it's a texture. It's like an image. And we need a image position, which we're gonna do some stuff about that in a second. And we're gonna save this as a vector 2. Vector 2s are same thing as vector 3s, except they only have an x and a y. And a image size, we're going to save that as a vector 2 also. We're going to set those in the inspector, and I hope I don't confuse the two when I write this code, but very simple. What we do now is that we have to write GUI.begin group. Always begin a group. Just do it. And when you begin a group, you need to also end that group. No, not a clip, group. Now, when you begin a group, however, it has a few parameters. It has a rect position, which is the only one we're going to put inside of it. And a rect has a size. And if I hope I remember these correctly, but I believe it is image position first .x image position .y, and then image size. And actually, rather, I'm going to set these to hard values, and you should too. And 500 is not good enough. 1,000 by 1,000. It's in pixels too, so if you get confused on why your GUI's not working, it's because it's in our why it's not displaying right. It's because it's in pixels, not in like the standard Unity units, which I have no clue what they are anymore. It's confusing. Okay, but GUI labels is the thing we need, and they also have a rect, but they can have text in them, which is nice if you want to like make text, I guess. And this is where we're going to put our image position.x, image position.y, and image.size.x, and image size.y, and I put a period there, and close that. Or actually, yeah, no, don't close it yet. We need one more parameter. Our last parameter is just going to be the image we're importing. And if we were to save this now, go to Unity, it's going to load in. It's going to tell me I have no errors. I hope, yeah. And then we need to just drag over this icon here, and we have to set these here. The size of this image is 128 pixels by 128 pixels. That's a good multiples of 2, or powers of 2 tend to make decent looking things usually. That's how I go by. In screen position, if we do this right now, you'll see if we run our game, it's going to end up there. But now, if we were to minimize this, let's hard code it at 100, or yeah, hard code it at 100, and let's turn off maximum when on play. And if you were to open it, see, it's going to end there. But if we were to maximize on play, so remember where that is, it's right there. If we were to max on play, it's going to be over here now. This is very important, because when it's over here, it's not here, which is where you want it to be, which means hard coding values isn't really good with GUIs. This means that we need to program it, and we could very simply do it by doing no, don't set it there. Set it in the start function, I guess. You could also do it in the awake function. Same thing as start. It just goes first. Do image dot position equals new vector 2, and we're going to save it as screen. This is a variable dot width, if I could spell width right, and screen dot height, and then we're going to divide those by 2 and minus 50, because if you take the width of my screen here, you get a value that's all the way on the right at the very, very edge of the screen, and so you just want a minus 50, because if you think about it, if I take half the width, then it's from the edge of my screen till right about here, if you can see my little mouse, and then if you minus 50, it's about in the center. It was just you could do a better approximation, but this is close enough for what we're doing, I think. And if we're to save this now, and to unmax and play, you'll see that in the inspector the value is going to change. There it is. And if I were to max and play now, it's not going to fix itself. You'd have to put it in the update function, but I'm not going to worry about that now, because typically if you start in maximum screen in like a first-person shooter, you're not going to leave it. So this will work for this case. There's our crazy door. So there we have it. Now, GUIs are nice, but GUIs also need to have something like buttons, and buttons are weird in Unity. So, actually before that, let's say instead of that, you wanted to show like a number. Well, if you were to do like this, your number, or points, we'll say, you have this many points, and then you could just add on like a points variable, which could be anything, any float or integer. So it could be like 5 if I wanted to. This should work. It might not because it's 5. It might though. If I were to run this, you'd see 0.5 in that ugly white text. You could fix the text. I'm not going to worry about fixing the text though. I think it's fine. It's beautiful. Now buttons. I actually forgot how to do buttons because I don't really work with buttons too often. Guess that could be for another tutorial. Let's leave that radical though. Let me see. We'll program this on the spot maybe. Actually, no, this is a bad idea. Button. And if you look into it, it's the button with the string, and when you click it, it's like an if statement. If you click this button, if you click this, you set it up where it is, and if they click the button, there is a semicolon after it though. You have to tab. No, yeah, I'll teach you buttons later. So, catch you guys next time.